every 10 hours daily maintenance. Checking engine oil. Shut down the engine and wait about 15 minutes to allow the machine to cool down. Check that the oil level is between the two marks on the oil dipstick. When low, add engine oil. Checking engine for fluid leak. Start the engine and wait until it reaches its working temperature. Turn off the engine and check the entire machine for oil or coolant leak. Checking coolant level. Engine coolant is very hot and pressurized at working temperature. Therefore, the coolant level can be checked only when the engine is shut down. Do not twist off the radiator cap until it cools down so that you can touch it. Twist off the radiator cap slowly to release its internal pressure. The additives of the cooling system contain alkaline substances, of which the contact with human skin or eyes should be avoided. Observe coolant level. At the same time, check the radiator cap. If damaged, be sure to replace with a new one. In the case of low level, be sure to add coolant until its level reaches the marked position at the level port. Check the cooling system for leakage and hoses for rupture. After checkout, install the cap. Mast rails. Grease the rail surface that each roller passes in order to prevent sharp crusting of rail groove. Checking hydraulic transmission oil level. Operate the forklift until the engine reaches its normal working temperature. Park the machine on a level road. Apply the parking brake and set the reverse control lever to the neutral position. Run the engine at low idle speed by using the parking brake. Move the directional control lever back and forth to charge the clutch with fluid. Then set the lever to the neutral position. Remove the oil dipstick and observe the liquid level. The oil level should remain between the two marks on the oil dipstick. First 200 hours operation, first month maintenance. Changing engine oil and replacing oil filter. Operate the forklift for several minutes to allow its temperature to rise. Follow the established procedure to stop the forklift and then shut down the engine. Remove the drain bolt on the crankcase to drain oil. After cleaning the bolt, reinstall it. Remove the suction filter element and install a new one. Fill the crankcase with engine oil up to the specified level. Start the engine and check for oil leak. Stop the engine and recheck the oil level. Caution: status of an engine and its oil filter element directly affects the performance and service life of the engine. After first 200 hours operation, engine oil must be changed and filter element be replaced. Changing hydraulic transmission oil and replacing filter element. Follow the established procedure to park the forklift on a level road and shut down the engine. Remove the drain bolt beneath the transmission to drain old oil. Check the O-ring and install the drain bolt. Remove the old filter and install a new element. Install the filter. Add oil from the filler. Install the oil dipstick and make sure the oil level is normal. Changing drive axle oil. Install the forklift and park it on a level road. Remove the drain bolt, drain old oil. and then install the bolt. Loosen the peephole bolt and filler bolt and add oil from the filler until oil flows out of the peephole. Install the filler bolt and peephole bolt. Start the engine and observe for oil leak. Caution: tighten the filler bolt to prevent foreign materials from entering the drive axle. Replacing hydraulic oil return filter element. Shut down the engine and wait for hydraulic oil to cool down. Then loosen the upper cover plate bolts on the hydraulic oil tank. Dismount the return filter from the upper cover plate and install a new one. Install the upper cover plate of the oil tank and tighten the bolts. Start the engine and operate the hydraulic system to check for leakage. Retract all cylinders. Shut down the engine. And then check the oil level. Every 200 hours maintenance. Checking intake system. Open the engine hood and loosen the air cleaner clamp to take out the filter element. Clean the element using compressed air from inside to outside. Check the element for breakage. If any, please replace. Clean the air cleaner case and cover and check the cover clamp and its connection. When necessary, replace. After the check and cleaning are completed, assemble the air cleaner. Caution: the air filter element should be replaced after it has been used for 6 months or cleaned for more than 3 times. In dusty or dirty environments, the air cleaner should be serviced on a regular basis. Checking hydraulic oil level. Operate the forklift for several minutes to allow hydraulic oil temperature to rise. Retract all cylinders and shut down the engine. Remove the oil dipstick and check the liquid level, which should remain at the full mark on the oil dipstick. Checking front axle oil level. Open the drive axle oil level peephole. Check that the oil level remains at the level position of this hole. If low, add. Checking mast, carriage, lift chain, and attachments. Perform lift and tilt operations, listening for abnormal noise. Check mast bolts for looseness. If abnormal, repair. Coat each link with a layer of lubricating oil and check the chain and its joint for wear. If abnormal, repair. Checking and lubricating steering mechanism. Fill each grease point of the steering mechanism with grease and check the mechanism for wear and looseness. Checking battery. Check terminals for corrosion. Checking wheel bolts and nuts. Check if the torque of each wheel bolt is up to standard in turn. For rear wheel, 549 plus minus 59 Newton meter. For front wheel, 177 plus minus 19 Newton meter. Every 600 hours maintenance. Checking fan belt tension. Applying a force of 10 kilograms. Depress the belt vertically. It is normal when the belt deflection is 10 millimeters. If unsatisfactory, adjust. Lubricating mast hinge pins. Fill grease points with grease. In addition, check the locating bolt of the connecting shaft for looseness and the shaft for wear. Check operation of sprocket. Perform lift cycles of the mast. Observe passing of the chain through the sprocket and make sure the chain operates normally. Checking overhead guard. Check all mounting bolts of the overhead guard for looseness. Checking steering axle unit. Check the steering oil pipe joint for leakage and bolts for looseness. Checking parking brake lever. Check if the operating force required on the lever is suitable for the operator. The operator can adjust it through a screw installed on top of the lever. Replacing fuel filter. Remove fuel filter element assembly and install a new element. Checking horn, lights, and meters. Check all lights for normal operation. Every 1,200 hours maintenance. Checking lift chain. Lift the mast fully until the lift chain is tensioned. Check chains for uniform tension. Every 2,400 hours maintenance. Cleaning radiator. The forklift on a flat ground. Open the drain valve beneath the radiator and the radiator cap to drain water. Close the drain valve. Fill the radiator with clear water, tap water, and radiator cleaning solution from the filler port, and then idle the engine for 15 minutes. Turn off the engine. Open the drain valve to drain water, and then add clear water and idle the engine for 5 to 10 minutes until clear water flows out of the drain valve. Turn off the engine, drain all water from the drain valve, and then close the drain valve and fill the radiator with clear water and long-life antifreeze. Refer to lubrication chart for correct amount of cooling water. After changing cooling water, the engine sometimes may heat up if the engine cooling system is not bled completely. Therefore, bleeding must be carried out. Checking forks. The fork should be checked every 12 months. For heavy-duty applications, check them every 6 months. Check the forks carefully for cracks, serious wear or deformation. If necessary, replace. Hydraulic oil check, cleaning, and replacement. After finishing operation, oil is hot. Do not change oil immediately after stopping operation. Instead, change oil after oil temperature drops. Screw off the drain plug on the bottom of the oil tank to drain oil. Then remove the cap, take out the primary filter, and clean it in washing oil. Screw on the drain plug after cleaning the in-wall of the oil tank. After replacing the line filter, install the cap. Start the engine, and then operate the cylinders. Lift and tilt until stroke end for 5 to 6 times to bleed them.